Hello, my name is Monique Calhoun, and you're watching 3LW TV.
Welcome to 3LW TV. I'm Lonnell Williams, and today we're coming to you from Chicago, Illinois, and I have got a supermodel hanging out today, the tall, beautiful chocolate princess. Is that okay to call you?
Oh yeah, chocolate princess.
Or queen. She's just so gorgeous. I love her. Monique Calhoun. Many of you may remember her from Cycle 7 of America's Top Model. She's hanging out on 3LW TV today, and just want to say welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
What are you doing in Chicago?
Well, right now, actually, I'm working with my mentor and we're preparing myself for my next new adventure. We're pretty much at the end of a cycle in my life right now with the whole modeling in LA, and now we're pretty much merging myself into international modeling, supermodel, you know, working in New York runways, going to Milan, you know, so right now I'm here to prepare myself for that.
So you're going to be moving to any of these particular cities, or are you just going to travel between the two? Or
I'll be moving to New York, and I'll be also working out of London as well. So I'll be pretty much back and forth from New York to London, and then merging over to Milan and Rome and Paris and, you know, all the other hot spots that I need to go to.
Is modeling harder than people think?
Yes, modeling is very hard, very hard.
So what's the biggest misconception? Now, we look at it, we just say, well, all they do is they just get paid to sit up and get their faces beat and their hair done and be pretty.
Right. The biggest misconception is that most people don't see the behind the scenes or the time that's put into it. It's a lot of time, you know, and it takes so long to finally get the finished project. You're just like, oh my God, can we get there already, you know? So it takes a lot. I mean, it's many times I'm freezing cold, I'm hungry, I'm like, you know, frustrated, you know, tired, you know, so there's so much you have to go through and you have to cover it up and just do the job.
So Monique, who is your favorite designer?
Actually, I would have to say Betsy Johnson. And I love Betsy Johnson because she's just so free. She pretty much tell me where she doesn't care. You know, this is hot. I'm going to be wild and adventurous, and I'm going to be over the top, and you're going to love it. That's her model. I mean, and I totally see that, and I love it. I mean, you can just get a bag, and you're like, what's going on in this bag? It's so much going on in action, but when you look at it, you're like, oh my God, it's really amazing. You know, so I love her. Everything is just over the top.
Now, is there any designer out there that you would not want to work with? You know, we got to go for the dirt.
I mean, I don't know. What would I say? I mean, because they all pay well.
Okay.
I love you all. If you write me a check, I will embrace it.
So have there ever been something that you just refused to wear?
You know what? I've been blessed to not have any of those outfits. Thank you. Thank you, designers, for looking out for me and not giving me those outfits. But you know, I haven't had anything I've been like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm wearing this. Even the ones that are a little bit like that, as a model, you have to say, you know what? I'm the model and I have to make this look great. This is what the designer wants. This is what they like. This is their image that they want to present. You have to rock it. That's just it. So you really don't have if, ands, or buts, you know. I mean, if you do something over the top and maybe, you know, say have a string up your, you know, your butt or something like that and pose, I might be like, oh, I'm not interested in that. But, you know, I'll wear some crazy stuff, yeah. Okay.
So there is a line. I mean, you'll wear some crazy stuff, but you're not going to.
There's a line. I mean, as far as with my, you know, my image and just, you know, sort of my morals and respect to certain things, I don't want to do certain things that are just like way over the top, you know. Definitely with a whole lot of X-ratedness, you know. No. I like nudes. I love nudes, but more European, international type of nudes. Sometimes America kind of, you know, takes a little bit, you know, soft porn. So we don't want none of that.
Freaks.
Yes. Well, I have two favorite models, and my first one is Iman. And I love her because she's just very relaxed, and when she walks on the runway, or she just walks into a room, it's very at ease. It's so smooth, and it's like a breath of fresh air. You see her, you're like, you know, you're stunned. So I'm totally head over heels for her image, and completely, I love everything she's done. And then my second would be Naomi Campbell. I'm a big runway person. I love runway. That's like my biggest thing. And she brings it every single time. You're like, you can't do anything but just stop and stare. So for me, those two are definitely my go-getters.
You pretty good with a cell phone?
Oh yeah. Now you know I did that in that shot, right? You know I had to work it out. Tyra was mad though. She was like, you need to throw a little harder. I was like, tickets, you know. I'm so soft and feminine with everything, you know. So yeah.
So take us back a little bit. How did you actually get into the modeling business?
You know, I got into the modeling business. I was actually going to be the daughter on the Bertie Mac show, Vanessa. And I started doing acting, and that was like my biggest passion. It still is. And I was merging into that, and then whenever that didn't happen, my mom kind of had the very busy schedule to where she couldn't be flexible with me doing the acting, so I had to wait till I was about 18. So when I got 17, I went off to college, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to do modeling. That would be a good way to just break myself in, as well as people kept telling me all the time, like, you look like a model, you should be a model, you should be a model. So I was like, you know what, maybe I should try it out. And so I started doing hair shows, and from then on, I kicked it off.
So how do you go from, oh, this is a nice idea, I think I'm going to do this, I've got what it takes, to actually convincing an agent to sign you?
Oh yeah. Well, you know, I went through it all. You know, people have no idea. But when I first started out, I was rejected so many times. I started off just doing like little hair shows and auditioning for that. And people said to me, nope, that's not good, it's not great. It's like, okay, keep it moving. Okay,
so you're 5'10", and we're in your heels today, honey. They're fierce. Can you get a shot of those zapatos? Fierceness. Fierce for the capital F. Now, growing up, did kids ever tease you because you were taller, like one of the taller girls, or did they ever tease you because of your complexion, or any of that type of stuff? Did you ever have any issues with that growing up?
Oh yes, I had a ton of issues, you know. My self-esteem, I mean, I grew up actually having a pretty strong self-esteem compared to what people were doing to me. You know, most people would be like, oh my God, you should have been, you know, killing yourself or something from the things I went through. But I stayed strong to it. I mean, I had people tell me, I mean, I had to deal with it in my family. My family would tell me I'm dark, you're so dark, because all my sisters are light-skinned, you know. Everyone's light, except for me. I'm the little black sheep, you know. And so my family would do it, you know. My intermediate, my close siblings as well. I would go to school, and a lot of people at school would, you know, make fun of me, say, oh my God, you're skinny, hula hoop through a, you know, do a Cheerio, and, you know, all the above, you know. And then I had braces because I had big teeth, you know, and they were like, my teeth are so big to your body, it looks funny. So I got braces, and they called me train tracks, and I, you know, I went through it all. I had every experience, from the skin to the height to being skinny. I had some guys, you know, trip me before, and I fell, and I had, you know, grass stains all on my legs. I had it all, you know. I had every single thing, and I made it through. So
have any of those people that tormented you in your childhood, have they been in contact with you now since your success?
Yes, they have.
And how do they treat you now?
And now they kiss up, you know. And now they beg for a time that they can be able to talk to me, okay? And I'm like, I don't have time for you today. And they all want to be my boyfriend. Every single last one want to be my boyfriend. Every single last one.
Of course they do. Because and see, that's what you shady little cheerer need to realize. The ones you step on the way up are the same ones you're going to see coming down. And just look at you.
Exactly.
So, get into this.
Get into it. I was in Detroit for the Super Bowl, and I also just happened to just go down to Cincinnati with my friend. She lived there. She was from Cincinnati. I went, and I'm just walking through the mall. I'm looking horrible. Horrible, okay? I had on some boots, thank God, you know? I had on some boots and some jeans, and I look nasty, you know? And the scout comes up to me, and she's like, you know what? We're having auditions here in a week, and I want you to come back. I looked at her, I'm like, I'm not driving 6 hours to come back to audition for Top Model to get turned up again, okay? We're done.
Been
Top
there, done
Model,
that, okay.
go away. Tyra Banks, bye-bye. You know? I was like, no way. And so my friend, she's like, you know, you're going to go. She's like, I'm going to bring you back here, and you're going to go to this audition. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do it. She's like, yes, you are. So I went ahead. Finally convinced me. The scout, she kept calling me all week long, come down, I want you to come down. So I finally came down, you know, went to Cincinnati, did the audition, and I'm here.